Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Bishop, for such an inspiring theological reflection. I liked the way you emphasized on the issue of partnership, collaboration, which I believe, if we are to confront some of the challenges that we are facing as a sector and as a country, we really need to value the principles of collaboration and partnerships. Once again, good morning, distinguished guests, colleagues, and partners. It is an honor to welcome you to this 14th edition of the NANGO Annual NGO Director Summer Retreat. And this time around, as NANGO Board and Secretariat, we're excited. If you look at the participants that we have organizations or people who have been participating in the previous editions. We have new people coming through. We have new partners. We have new media practitioners, even the private sector players. For us, it really demonstrates that this platform is becoming bigger and bigger, and we appreciate you for that. I'm here to reflect on the progress we have made, the challenges we face, and the collective aspirations we hold for the future. The idea is not to reduce this platform to be a talk show. So as we plan, as we think about each edition, we always think about how do we build on whatever we have discussed and we have covered in the previous editions. So if you look at the concept note, even the program, there is a deliberate attempt to ensure that the conversations are building upon the foundation that we have already set in the previous edition. A special welcome to all participants and our heartfelt appreciation to our funders and partners who continue to support our work and Zimbabwe's broader civil society landscape. I will not labor much in terms of mention them. I think Andy has already covered that. Your contributions not only sustain us, but empower our efforts to push for a more inclusive, transparent, and vibrant civil society in Zimbabwe. As NANGO, we held our 13th edition of the annual NGO Director Summer Retreat from 22nd to 24th of November 2023 at Elephant Hills Hotel, Victoria Falls. Since 2022, NANGO's work has revolved around developing the skills and capacity of civil society to articulate and advocate for alternative solutions through strategic narrative changes. This edition emphasized the crafting and the shaping of new narratives that reaffirm the vital role of civil society in addressing people's needs and concerns. It also explored strategies for countering narratives that aim to discredit civil society, demonize their communities, and restrict civic space. The sessions covered various strategies for reimagining an ideal future and deliberative spaces for envisioning and working towards a stronger civic space. This included creating resource hubs to support civil society in key competence areas and also foster collaboration, along with investing in strengthening local civil society to enhance resilience and build solidarity. As we met in Victoria Falls, we agreed on a bold, forward-looking action agenda. We made a series of resolutions that aimed at addressing the key issues affecting Zimbabwe's civil society landscape, from enhancing self-regulation to creating an enabling environment and strengthening our partnerships. Today, I would like to provide an update on the progress we have made across the key resolutions while taking stock of the work that still lies ahead. The first area of interest is around enhancing the enabling environment. At Victoria Falls, we committed to addressing the restrictive operational environment that many CSOs in Zimbabwe face. Since then, NANGO has continued to engage with key government ministries, especially the Ministry of Public Service, Labor and Social Welfare, to resolve issues to do with MOUs and other directives by local authorities. To date, we have been informed that there is an interministerial committee comprised of the Ministry of Public Service, Office of the President and Cabinet, and Ministry of Home Affairs, and then Ministry of Local Government, looking into the issues and to find a long-lasting solution to those issues. The Ministry of Public Service has already started internal discussions on the need to review the 2003 NGO operational guideline on humanitarian assistance. NANGO is in a process to establish a memorandum of understanding with Urban Council Association of Zimbabwe and the Rural Council Association of Zimbabwe to have a more systematic ways of engaging and sustained dialogue with local authorities over the issues of MOUs. In collaboration with other CSOs, there are plans to have a model operational framework which shall guide or which we shall be using to influence the review of the policy, and our goal in this is to ensure that the revised guidelines reflect the current realities of the Zimbabwe civic space while promoting an enabling environment for CSOs. Yes, we acknowledge that progress has been made, but there is still need for more dialogue and for more engagements so that we have a more comprehensive reform to address issues of operational requirements for civil society. The second area from our resolutions was around advancing self-regulation and good governance. On this area, work has been done around strengthening the sector's preparedness for a voluntary self-governance mechanism. Most of the work done so far is aimed at standardizing and harmonizing the NGO practice in line with the international best practice and standards, as key in ensuring the sector's preparedness to adopt a code of ethics and standards in the near future. Work is also being done in ensuring profiling of NGOs and demonstration of the collective impact that CSOs are making, mainly through the platform Zimbabwe Social Impact Investment Exchange Platform, ZIM6. This includes the issues of strengthening the CSO's coordination platform and mechanisms, as well as enhancing the CSO legitimacy, transparency, and accountability. The other area which came out strongly from the previous edition was around enhancing sector's compliance and accountability. And a key milestone for this retreat is the launch of the Talk to Your Regulator platform. This initiative was conceived in response to the need for a more transparent and supportive relationship between CSOs and regulatory bodies. Many CSOs have experienced challenges related to the misapplication of the regulatory frameworks, leading to shrinking of the civic space. The platform will serve as a space for CSOs and regulators to engage in an open dialogue, to clarify compliance issues, and address any concerns related to the NGO regulations on a periodic basis. By closing the knowledge gap between CSOs and regulators, we aim to reduce instances of misinterpretation and misapplication of the regulatory requirements, thus safeguarding the operations of civil society. The fourth aspect was to do with promoting the localization agenda in Zimbabwe. Localization has been a priority for us since the Victoria Falls resolution, and I'm pleased to report that there has been some progress in this area. Progress has been registered to establish the local Zimbabwe local chapter for the Charter for Change Working Group in collaboration with the international NGOs. This local chapter will have a steering committee and working groups to move the localization agenda with the theme from commitment to action within the context of Zimbabwe. The local chapter will also affiliated to the Africa Charter for Change and the Global Charter for Change for broader advocacy networking. NANGO has planned for annual localization symposiums to track progress on the implementation of localization in Zimbabwe, tracking the Grand Bargain commitments and also the Charter for Change commitments and standards. As part of our plans for 2025, we will facilitate interface meetings with development partners and donors to discuss issues to do with the funding access and conditionalities to support equitable and locally driven development. A total of 35 civil society got free membership from Umenda, and they have been benefiting from a lot of a number of webinars and courses on localization and local-led development. The idea being to bridge gap in terms of our understanding and our interpretation of the localization and also local-led development. This free membership will not be revoked, as I'm informed, as we get into 2025, and there is a possibility of also onboarding additional members into this free membership with Umenda, and we appreciate them for that. And I think we are grateful to Annie, has been really very instrumental in terms of ensuring that as civil society in Zimbabwe we benefit from some of these opportunities at Umenda. Then the fifth area was around strengthening the CSO visibility and partnerships. Visibility remains a key priority for us. In line with the resolutions from the Victoria Force, we have worked tirelessly to improve how civil society is perceived and engaged by key stakeholders, including the private sector and government. This year, NANGO successfully held the NGO Expo in Harare, where we had a total of 61 exhibitors, and public attendance was estimated to be at 185. It was held under the theme Amplifying the Role, Impact and Contribution of NGOs Towards Inclusive and Sustainable Development in Zimbabwe. The NGO Expo provides a unique platform for NGOs to interface directly with stakeholders, including government officials, donors, and the general public. It provides an opportunity for NGOs to foster meaningful connections, build trust, and amplify their voices. This platform is essential for dispelling misconceptions and promoting accurate information about CSOs. And as we plan for 2025, our desire is to decentralize the NGO Expo and to ensure that at least we are able to have an NGO Expo in all our 5 regions as NANGO. Digitally, the ZIM6 will serve as an information hub starting next year. We will dedicate a dashboard as part of the ZIM6 platform to also showcase and profile the work that civil society are doing in pursuit of, dealing with the misinformation and disinformation, and also enhancing the visibility of civil society in general. The sixth area was around enhancing partnerships for development. As NANGO, we continue to forge strategic partnerships with the private sector. For those that have been participating throughout, you can see most of our major events, we always make sure that there is representation from the private sector. They also partner with us. And I think this is really in a good direction in terms of forging strategic partnerships, not only between NANGO and private sector, but between civil society broadly and the civil and the private sector players. So NANGO continues to forge strategic partnerships with the private sector, development partners, state actors, and regulators. Their presence in this edition of the treaty is the testament to this. As we reflect on the progress made since Victoria Falls, it is clear that we have come a long way, but there is still much work to be done, as most of the things is work in progress, but at least we are grateful for the progress that we have since registered. The journey towards a more enabling, equitable, and transparent civil society sector requires ongoing dedication, collaboration, and innovation. And we are really grateful for your support as civil society, as private sector, as state actors. If you look, as we were planning for this, we were aiming for about 120 participants. But from our records, in terms of registration, we are already around 146, somewhere there. So it really demonstrates that there is a lot of commitment, there is a lot of dedication, of which most of you had to find your way here at your own cost, and we really appreciate that commitment as NANGO. Together, we can reimagine the future of civil society in Zimbabwe and ensure that our sector remains a powerful force for sustainable development and for inclusive development. Thank you so much, and I look forward to our continued discussions and partnerships. Asante sana. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you.